Gold Aspiration Podcast ini ditaja oleh Max Nerve Trav Track. Sila lungsuri ke laman Linktree /Max Nerve Trav Track atau hubungi Mat Max di talian 82492390 82492390. Assalamualaikum semua, selamat datang kepada podcastnya Gold Aspiration Jatuh boy. Saya hos anda Indra Sahib.
Dan saya Syema Alkaf.
Selamat datang. Kita ada topik yang hangat pada hari ini, iaitu topik Siapa Tak Sayang Bini oi. Jadi di dalam studio kita ada bersama kami, iaitu Aidli, Mosbit dan juga Nurbee. Assalamualaikum semua.
Waalaikumsalam. Apa khabar awak berdua?
Baik, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you?
Very good.
Baik jadi kita nak jump straight to the topic Let's go. So I know that this topic is quite controversial in certain ways, and also can be a learning point for many people out there. I believe both of you, to start off, I think both of you are married to an ex-offenders.
Betul.
So ex-offenders here means dorang adalah ex-drug addicts jugalah.
Ya.
Betul tak? And definitely that itself produce a very big stigma.
Betul.
Dalam your own personal life itself. So to begin with that, maybe you all can start off your beginning challenges embarking into that kind of marriage with an ex-offender.
Okay. Biar Kak Long start dulu Okay. Ini bukan saja ex-offender tau.
Saya.
Dia penagih bentan.
Alamak, apa tu?
Penagih bentan maknanya dia berkali-kali keluar masuk.
Saya.
Jadi yang penting kat sini kalau kita nak berbual pasal topik ni siapa tak sayang bini oi. Selalunya yang cakap macam gini adalah kaum lelaki lah kan. Mereka selalu cakap macam gini. Diorang selalu sebut siapa tak sayang bini oi. Tapi bagi kami isteri kepada para penagih atau bekas para penagih ni, kita ada suatu stigma yang kita masuk alam tu je kita dah kena point already. Maknanya mereka dah orang-orang di sekeliling kita sudah memberikan suatu macam punya pandangan yang alamak ni problem semua akan cakap tahu pada saya kan orang yang terdekat sendiri akan beritahu, akan tanya kenapa tak takut ke atau macam gitu Tapi alhamdulillah yang penting pada pendapat saya, yang penting ialah pendirian kita sebagai seorang isteri kepada lelaki mungkin yang biasa-biasa saja. Mungkin kita masuk, kita reda, kita kerjakan tugas kita sebagai seorang isteri. Tapi kalau kita bersama dengan bekas penagih, lagi-lagi penagih bentan, kita harus lebih reda, lebih mengambil langkah-langkah yang kita patut tahu supaya kita dapat persiapkan diri kita untuk bukan saja menjadi pendamping, juga menjadi pembimbing juga kepada suami kita.
Usually macam gini punya situation kan, when first you break this news to your closest family member, what is dorang punya first reaction? Adakah mereka supportive? Adakah mereka macam ragu-ragu? Or are they worried for your own well-being?
Are they the kind of people macam dia ni tak ada orang lain ke?
Those things, betul.
Okay.
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above
Ya.
Masya Allah.
Kita tanya Nurbee dulu macam mana waktu mula-mula tu, all of the above ke atau macam mana?
It's all of the above because bila I jumpa my husband, I balu. Okay, so my arwah husband kira he set the bar pretty high. Okay, so when I met my husband and then when I break the news to my friends first, my best friends and all, they were like, but you know your late husband is so and so. Why do you have to get married? Because they thought I'm just macam nak fill up kesepian ke apa ke.
Okay.
Macam kita beri kesempatan and I percaya, and to me is like they deserve a second chance lah. So walau apa pun orang cakap, I cakap dengan orang, at the end of the day, I yang akan jalani hidup ni. Mereka boleh kata orang tak akan habis berbual. Kalau kita nak fikir pasal orang berbual, kita tak akan, we will never be happy.
Betul. Definitely you cannot please whoever is around you lah.
And as for me, because pada waktu I bertemu dengan suami I tu kan, umur I dah 48 tahun. Jadi orang dah come to a point where actually kalau tak kahwin pun nobody bothered lah kan. Tak apa.
Baik sih.
Itulah.
Tak baik. That kind of comment that coming out from public or your own closest circle.
For them it's like you're 48, you know. Kalau you know you have been left on the rack. If you not picked also it's okay, no problem. Tapi I pilih dan I pun tahu ini kita punya rezeki masing-masing lah kan, nak dapat suami at such an age pun, at ripe old age of 48, and alhamdulillah. Tapi of course the first thing they said is definitely the check lah. Maknanya are you sure? Is this what you really want? Are you coerced into this? What is making you making you make all this decision? But at the end of the day, I cakap orang, okay, please. At the end of the day, tolonglah just doakan yang terbaik untuk I.
And they always ask, like, tak risau ke kalau diorang relapse?
That is actually more important.
They always ask that question.
Yeah.
Habis kalau dia ambil lagi macam mana? Habis ambil lagi macam mana? Macam,
But do you yourself worry tak?
for me, I didn't have that worry. For me, I didn't have the worry because although it's a whole new world for me kan, tapi bila I tengok, I perhatikan tak ada keinginan tu dah tak ada dalam diri dia lagi. Jadi for me is, I yakin lah.
That means you trust the process.
I trust the process, but orang kata jangan trust the process blindly lah.
Betul,
Macam
betul,
I have
betul.
to always be prepared that this is what I sign up for. So if he ever relapse, then I tak boleh macam, why you relapse? Because he comes with the package. So I have to be prepared.
Dia ada disclaimer kat bawah. It might happen.
Yes.
Disclaimer.
Warning.
Tapi yang penting yakin lah.
Yakin.
You must have that yakin.
For me, I think age factor pun age factor memainkan peranan di sini. You know, suami I tu dia orang yang lebih dewasa, mature, you know. He has come to a point where I think dia dah tahap kuota dia nak dekat habis kan. Jadi dia rasa macam I am very confident that dia dah jeran, I think. Dah finish lah dia punya perasaan tu. So I'm really hoping insyaAllah dengan apa yang dia lakukan, dengan all these things, as a matter of fact, being in Goal Aspiration is one thing that has really macam betul-betul macam menjadi suatu anchor kepada dia.
Actually, I just want to because in my line of work, right, so it's something that maybe we all don't have to feel bad lah about marrying late, because I've dealt with a couple who married at 80 years old.
There you go.
80. So you don't need to
Betul. I tak ada. Because for me is I'm really really happy. The only thing I know now is I really mesti put a lot of commitment to the fact that kita harus berbahagia, mencari kebahagiaan bersama, and do all these things, you know, yang diredai lah. Sebab apa, kita again let me repeat, kita punya orang kata runway tu dah pendek sekali. So jadi we need to make sure kita tahu apa yang kita nak.
Yeah, correct. And also I think it's also very important that macam when people say that, you know, we are the macam main character of this story.
Yes.
So macam like it's important that, you know, when all these people criticizing, you know, they macam-macam comment, all the sarcasm and all the diseases thing, they're not the ones going through it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you just, for them, right, it's like, and I would tell to these people also, you know what, it's better for you to just make doa for me. I think that's much better coming out from your mouth rather than you criticizing all these things that, you know, Allahu A'lam will happen or not. You don't know
betul.
that. Yeah.
I always minta, kalau minta doa kan, I selalu bilang orang-orang ni semua, minta apa yang terbaik.
Yes.
Because we don't know apa yang terbaik untuk kita.
Correct.
So I always say, kalau nak doakan, minta apa yang terbaik.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing I want to ask, macam for you, Nurbee, you definitely tak before you kahwin dengan your current husband, definitely you tak ada that experience dalam dunia penagihan kan?
Tak ada.
You tak ada pernah kenal someone from that generation or from that zone lah, I would say.
The demographic to the time.
The ironic part, I grew up in area kira ghetto,
blacklisted area.
Well known for drug addicts, and I've seen like diorang duduk bawah blok daripada nenek, daripada ke cucu ke the whole family is in it. But alhamdulillah, I mean, I've never been into that world
that
lah,
influence
kan?
lah.
That influence.
But definitely because you dah kahwin dengan your current husband, but knowing that you do not have that much experience from that field, Does that worries you tak? Macam yelah, orang yang pernah berpengalaman dalam certain aspek kehidupan itu, dia ada pengalaman dan ilmu pengetahuan tentang dunia itu. Dia punya selok belok dia. But does that worries you tak?
Risau tu not really, because I know what I'm signing up for. But that's also the reason why I active dalam goal aspiration, so that I tahu, I dengar pengalaman, and they would know the red flags. Because sometimes kita macam kita tak peka. Kita ingat kita peka tau. Tapi orang yang sekeliling kita yang lebih mengetahui, mereka yang akan alert. So that's for me is I have to equip myself dengan ilmu ni untuk jangan cakap okay I'm ready tapi tak ambil tahu what are the signs to look out for. Tak, never do my homework lah. So I have to do my homework. So for me this is one of the way lah to be with people who I know they know what is the struggle. So if I have issues as well, I know who to go to. Yeah. So that helps a lot.
Okay, I want to ask for both you ladies macam when you met your current husband, does it affect their self-confidence tak? Macam, you know, like it's like good girl dengan bad boy, you know, that kind of thing. So macam, you know, the good girl will be like quite confident, macam okay, you know, I mean this, you know, Allah chose me to be in this position, okay. And then the ex-convict or the ex-drug addict will be looking at himself macam, wow, this good girl actually wants me. You know, macam, you know, that kind of thing. Macam, like
angel.
You know,
this angel is trying to save me.
Does it affect the dynamics? Like, macam, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, they must be having that kind of, you know, low self-confidence, or macam thinking that, like, should I pursue this? I mean, like, you know, is she really serious, like, with me, that kind of thing? And then, you know, it might affect dorang punya self-confidence, ataupun macam it might affect macam, you know, how they are going to be towards you and all that. So what was your thinking at the time?
Shema, you describe my life. Okay, I tell you
like storybook
macam dia buka the actual page, the actual chapter. Okay, it's true. I don't know why. I've grown up okay, I won't say I'm a good girl. Okay, I'm streetwise, but I've never done anything to harm people or whatever. No, that kind of thing. Generally comes from a girls' school, so I have that kind of, you know. And I've been in school and you know, I've been striving in being in school, and you know, I've got my master's degree, and then after that I'm trying to go do my doctorate, and then but still I have always been attracted to bad boys. It's something that I think I would like to call it the Mother Teresa syndrome. Okay, dia macam, hey, come, let me rescue you, my poor soul. Gitu tau, macam itu kadang-kadang.
You know, there's this saying, you know, that time I was in London. I masuk satu kedai baju ni, and then I nampak satu coat dekat satu baju ni, and then this kedai ni memang jual banyak. So itu side track sikit. Ini kedai memang jual banyak baju-baju style coat yang very fancy lah.
Yeah, what's the quote?
So, the quote is, good boys go to school, bad boys goes to London.
Okay lah, nanti I ajak dia pergi London. Okay. Kita pula ada good girls. Good girls go to heaven. Bad girls go everywhere. Okay, so in my case, I've always been, I think, a nice girl ever. But yeah, I call it my Mother Teresa syndrome. I am very attracted to, you know, poor souls, people who I think, you know, and I also believe that maybe God is using me untuk membantu mereka. I take it that yes, because I ada kelebihan itu, but that doesn't mean diorang tu teruk sangat ke apa. The person that I finally met in my life is really someone who really macam complete me. Dia macam the person that is, you know, exactly my other half, yang apa, our wavelength sama, kita kelakar, cuma he exists on the other side of the realm. I'm on this side. So together we both now complement each other. I have now the knowledge of what he has gone through, and then he sees my world and like, oh wow, you come from this world. There is that sense of my world ada. I'm privileged to be in this world. So alhamdulillah, we both now share that. Yeah.
On a serious note, if you don't mind if I ask you this personally, macam for some people, when they see, if let's say we have certain strength and qualities within us that we have developed throughout kita punya life, and when we see someone that is weaker and going through some problems, or they themselves have been through that phase before, and now they are on the path of recovery.
Yes.
Do you see yourself like a mirror image of yourself in that situation? I give you an example, macam saya, kalau saya lihat kan orang yang susah, yang kurang daya upaya, seperti a person yang paralyzed ke, ataupun yang ada disability lah.
Yes, correct.
Saya akan reflect in a manner that I look within me. More to myself. Macam aku ni macam mana orang ni? Orang ini walaupun dia tak ada kaki, tak ada tangan, tetap dia pergi, dia berusaha, dia progress in life. Aku ni macam mana? Aku ni Allah dah kurniakan berbagai jenis kemudahan. Jadi I'm going through that phase that actually that I want to actually ask you this question. Do you see that in yourself?
It's a mirroring of the soul.
Yeah, betul. I think for me it happened very early on. It didn't happen. Okay, it happened when I think by the minute yang I think I go through, like it's post A-levels, macam umur I mungkin 18 tahun, I dah ada that kind of awakening in me. I've always been very, very attuned to self-reflecting, muhasabah diri is very important, to a point where kadang-kadang I know people gets very upset. So, macam tiba-tiba I cakap, but you have to see it from the other person's point of view. You have to see it daripada dia, apa yang dia lalui. Kalau dia dengan kekurangan dia boleh buat all these things, what about me with all the possibilities that I have? That's why I think from a very early age pun I like to see the good that people can do. And I also see a lot of people who I know have potential. That's why kalau I lihat seseorang tu and I would tell them, your personality ni gives me the vibe that you have so much to offer. Please don't at any point feel less of yourself because you have a lot. As a matter of fact, in my last interview with Fiza O dalam Scoop, that's what exactly I pointed out to her. Fiza used to be someone who had low self-esteem, tak confident, but look at how she is now. It was one point at one time when I was still a writer with Manja magazine, I told her, Fiza, you are bound for greatness. Please don't at any point rasa, because you look different from the other celebrities, you want to feel. So there you go. I really, and for me is I also tell all the people that I meet, I see the potential in them. I see them going out there and bloom. And that's also the same thing I said to my, from jadi waktu dia bakal suami sampai ke sekarang ni pun, I keep telling him, there's so much potential. He just need to, orang kata harvest what he needs, what he really wants in life and go out there and bring it
What
out.
about Kak Queen Bee? What's your take on this?
I always tell him, not every woman uses the same ruler. Because he always said, why me? I don't have anything.
Tapi ada woman use rotan, tau tak? Dia bukan ruler, dia pakai rotan. Tak ada.
So I said, not everybody uses, like, I don't need to have like the 5 C's or whatever. No. What I need from you is your sincerity, your effort, that you prove to me that you're willing to be in this together. And that's the reason why I give you this chance, so correct. You have to treasure it lah. So, and I always like I call Kak Long. She's our Kak Long, So I always tell Kak Long, like, always see we share the same belief. Always see the good in people, because we never know how the ending of someone is. People may judge and say that, and they become the judge and say that this one is confirm cannot make it, go to hell or whatever. But you don't know how the ending of that person is. Correct. Can be better than what we think we are today. So we always
maybe like in the time orang tak nampak dia kasih kucing minum air ke apa. I mean that time
ada
sedekah jariah.
So it's like we really don't know Allah can change someone like that.
Label, in fact like it all came out in the news masa yang dia hantar ke tali gantung. Tapi pemergian mereka begitu indah. Husnul khatimah. Like not everybody can get that.
Correct.
So it's so masya-Allah. So it's just a perspective you have to have.
Actually, I want to piggyback from both of you. Masya Allah, both of your sharing tadi very inspiring, and I just want to piggyback lah from both of your sharing tadi. I think we should strive to be the best version of ourselves, and to sum up, and to strive to be the best version of ourselves. And I believe the day yang kita leave this world kan, dengan takdir yang Allah telah tentukan bagi kita untuk kita meninggalkan dunia ini, we should be the best version of ourselves on that day.
Yes. Yes. To a point where I think kalau the most beautiful ending is when people come and accompany you to your final landing, space, and they all in their minds have that picture of you in that version yang dorang betul-betul, and that's also the reason why they go there to celebrate. So I think it's not about the end but the new beginning of the fact that our life doesn't stop at the point that we are, in the ground. It should also go to the next, achievement unlock, the next level where whatever yang dorang lalui dengan kita di dunia ni membekalkan kita untuk yang di hadapan nanti.
I have a question, a quick question on since you are very active with GA and Goal Aspiration event, both of you, and being supporting wives, very not just supporting je, full of dedication. Because it takes a lot for your husband to be involved in. That's one aspect. But for you as wife, and you support them, that, and you, at the same time also you memberikan perangsang dan hadir tiap-tiap event yang mereka pergi.
Yeah, office holders, myself as advisor.
Betul. Sibuk dengan kerjaya masing-masing. Jadi saya nak tanya macam a quick question here lah. What is at least 2 or 3 things that you have learned throughout your experience with GA?
Okay. So you want to start 3 things that you can think of? Yeah.
Queen Bee.
Queen Bee.
Always see the good in others. Okay. They have a lot to offer, and it's called kinship. Is the familyhood, like people always say blood is thicker than water. Yeah, but I'm gonna tear up. But
It's okay. It's okay.
sometimes that's not the case. So in GA, we are all like a family, and the support is really, 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 really that
Special lah.
special. Yeah, and not everyone in this lifetime gets to experience that.
Do you find that third part, that kinship part, between the bond that you have with GA right now ni, something that really heavily contribute to you punya own personal well-being and progress?
Definitely. It's definitely feel to my whatever I'm going through right now. So Alhamdulillah, I mean, at the end of the day, we have to do the works on ourselves.
Okay.
I see all the individual members of Goal Aspiration have their personal growth, we work on our personal growth. Semua satu-satu have the personal growth, and then at the same time, sama-sama bangunkan each other, and we are there for each other. That's why I said I don't really believe in the saying blood is thicker than water, because sometimes it's people who are not your family who are actually there for you without any judgment.
Correct. So just you mentioned personal growth, right? Do you see your own personal growth when you are involved with GA?
Yes, definitely. I've been out of like my comfort zone. Like I've always wanted to further my studies, but then I never get to because got married and given all that kids. So when I got into GA, I felt like, oh yes, finally I have something to contribute, like my knowledge, my background knowledge, all this administrative work and all. And then with them, they have seen me from, I've always been an office girl, PA, and then in customer service, and they have seen me being becoming in the logistics line, driving a van. From driving a van, then I went ahead to everybody encouraged to go and get my vocational license for my Grab, and now I'm also a private hire driver. So like,
Mashallah.
I'm like, if you were to ask me like back in secondary school, where do you see yourself? I would have never foresee that that I'll be here. But alhamdulillah, so I'm still growing, still learning till I take my last breath.
MashaAllah. For you,
about my 3 things that I get daripada GA. I think one of the first thing that I learned is apa tau? It's called the look at the airline safety punya analogy when the air mask come down we must help ourselves first before we help others.
MashaAllah.
So to be in this, you first need to equip yourself first. You need to be able to know that you are standing on firm ground. Bila you dah boleh macam gitu, baru you can hold out your hand and
reach out to others.
Yes,
Okay,
reach out to
this
others.
one I need to say when you help yourself first, so you need to work on yourself first.
Betul.
You need to be complete and whole first. So it's more of like you grow independently before you can grow together.
Betul. Because kalau you tak kuat and you harap untuk pendamping you tu untuk jadi you punya
Pillar.
your pillar, itu rapuh. It becomes very fragile. Maknanya bila kita berharap pada orang, chances are bila kita menaruh harapan tu, kadang-kadang kita pun turut hanyut. Because dahan tu boleh saja patah atau whatever. Jadi the best is always to remember, help yourself first and then you can help others. Itu satu. That's what I see. The other thing about GA yang I really am very happy about is sikap dorang yang rajin. People in GA, I find they are rajin
Selfless.
they want to dorang tu nak berjaya. And because orang nak berjaya, they will do anything, they will try their best. Macam ni sekarang banyak sekali program kita yang make them ambil new certification. Diorang ambil certification in facilitation, in counselling, psychology. Jadi alhamdulillah, I'm very very happy because kalau kita nak cakap katakan orang selalu cakap kat sana, alah orang Melayu dah settle down aja, dah malas nak itu. Sedangkan lifelong learning is something that we need to do all the time. Lifelong learning bukan saja pelajaran pelajaran yang di dunia je, duniawi juga. Kita ada lifelong learning untuk ukhrawi juga. So that's the part where I'm really really happy. That's what they're doing. And of course the one thing that I am most macam Nurbee juga, it's that ikatan atau ukhuwah kita sebagai one whole big family. And that sikap yang the reason why I think good that kita tengah buat Jatuh, boy. The reason why we are very very committed to telling people is that it can happen. Kita boleh gunakan ikatan demi kebaikan untuk mendirikan lagi memberikan kepada masyarakat, kembalikan pada masyarakat apa yang boleh kita berikan.
The same like just now when I asked Kak Nurbee about her personal growth and while she is in this journey of GA, how about you yourself, Kak Aidli?
Kalau my personal growth, I think most importantly is at the moment now, one main important thing is to jalankan tanggungjawab tugas I sebagai seorang isteri kepada Cik Lizan Arifin ni dengan
dengar tu, full name sudah keluar
I selalu pakai full name dia.
Abang standby je kat rumah abang.
Kanda dengar standby kanda. Okay. Because it's something that again go back to age factor, go back to the fact that I am a matured woman who got married much later. We are very stable in terms of the way we see things, but I don't take that for granted. I don't want to be complacent. I will continue. For me is that journey is part of my journey. Kalau orang cakap okay hingga ke jannah it's not just a hashtag, girlfriend. So you better jolly well do your work. You gotta work. Jadi that part is what kita kena constantly work with. It's not the easiest thing. It is a struggle because we need to keep each other. Kita kena orang kata look at each other and compliment each other all the time.
I really admire both of your courage and dedication and not just whatever that you have contributed to GA, but on a personal level, I think you have contributed a lot in your marriage and with your husband. and being the pillar and ataupun like you said lah tadi and
tulang belakang
tulang belakang bagi your respective husband.
You're the chosen ones.
And at the same time also going through all the trials and tribulation of society hitting back at you and stating all that negative punya comment and stigma, but you managed to go through it dengan penuh kesabaran dan juga keteguhan, and I think that is really amazing. I really admire you all punya karakter in that aspect. Masya Allah.
Hopefully suami kita kalau cakap siapa tak sayang bini
betul.
they really mean it.
So but before kita wrap up, I just want to get some advice, kata-kata hikmah from both of you. Your advice and for those women that is on the same boat as you all, macam going through, they themselves also are married to a ex-offender, and probably satu kata dua hikmah.
You first.
Okay, I will go first. I think yang paling utama bagi wanita-wanita yang mungkin saja sedang melalui apa yang kami lalui, iaitu menjadi seorang isteri kepada bekas penagih, dan bagi saya penagih berentan, atau mungkin akan melalui kehidupan sebagai isteri kepada mereka-mereka ni, saya minta satu aja, self-care is the most important thing. Mesti ambil, jaga diri anda. Sebab like what I said before, if you are not strong, if you don't have the strength, kalau you tak memperkuatkan diri you, kalau you tak tabah, you tak teguh, mudah terumbang-ambing. Jadi self-care is very important, okay? Dan kita perbaiki relationship kita dengan Allah supaya easy for us to at any point kalau tergelincir, terjatuh, tersandung, kita boleh bangkit dengan kuat lagi.
Masya Allah.
Itu aja.
InsyaAllah.
Yeah, for me, pretty much the same. The analogy. Always take care of yourself first. Know what you sign up for, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to always be the one rescuing. You know, you have to know your boundaries. You have to know what is the limit, and you have to know when the line has to be drawn. Because memang betul kita berikan kesempatan. We want to go into this because jodoh, you know, and they deserve it. But always remember there are options. Know your boundaries. And macam Kak Aidli cakap, Kak Long cakap, and I always like to say this also, I always remind my kids and I always remind myself, jaga solat. Bila kita jaga solat, Allah jaga kita. That's very important.
Masya Allah. Very, very inspiring and also very enlightening. And macam kita dengar all this sharing and knowledge and experience from both of you, Kak Aidli dan juga Kak Nurbee. Thank you so much for coming down to the studio and be a part of this episode. Masya Allah.
Thank you so much.
Terima kasih.
Joy tu.
So insyaAllah bagi mereka yang suka pada konten ini, jangan lupa like dan share, iaitu Goal Aspiration Podcast Jatuh Boy di laman sosial mereka, di Facebook, di Instagram dan juga di TikTok, dan juga di Spotify. Jangan lupa check them out dekat Spotify podcast. InsyaAllah signing off from this podcast. Saya host anda Indra Sahib.
Dan saya Shima Alkaf.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Ya, jangan ke mana-mana. Kami ada Product Talk selepas ini dari Max Nerve Trav Track. Assalamualaikum semua. Selamat datang kepada Product Talk Max Nerve Trav Track. Jadi kita nak tanya lah kepada pakar dalam outdoor activities dan juga extreme sports. Iaitu Abang Mat Max. Dan Bang, so far event-event apa bang yang abang pernah berkecimpung dan juga involved in your past years?
Okay. Kalau nak dikatakan dari askar tu, soldier, when you go through the obstacle, 10 obstacle tu, kalau
SOC.
SOC.
Saya pun itu, sama juga bang pernah go through.
Itu idea memang luar corporate punya event, dorang copy from there lah. Macam Spartan tu. Spartan race.
Spartan race. But dorang ada add on a bit more obstacles kan.
Yes,
more challenging obstacles lah.
Yang paling bagus yang low rope tu, saya suka. Yang daripada 10-10 10 obstacle tu SOC, yang low rope tu saya suka. Sebab dia build up your arm power. Really. Jadi Spartan pun copy apa dia punya ada tali kan.
Betul.
Jadi itu semua memang
saya ingat yang paling susah balancing beam bang. Balancing beam itu macam susah je.
Okay lah. Tapi ini masing-masing lah. Tengok kita punya. Ada orang yang first obstacle tu yang low wall tu memang kalau tak boleh clear, yang second third sampai memang dah penat lah kalau kita tak boleh clear lah. So itulah.
Dulu saya punya encik selalu cakap tu bang. Dia cakap ni low wall dia bukan pasal kau pay height. Dia pasal kau pay strength. Kan? Jadi memang saya ada tu kawan ni budak Cina, dia pendek. Saya tengok ni macam mana dia nak clear ni. Dia budak infantry juga. Macam mana nak clear? Masya Allah dia boleh clear juga. Kan? Rupanya dia ada teknik. Dia nak kena require a bit more strength lah.
Yes.
Itu yang unik dia.
It's not about height.
Ya, betul.
It's not about height.
Okay. Jadi abang memang very active with all these outdoor punya sports kan. Jadi event apa yang abang pernah host?
Okay. Sebenarnya tak sebesar macam Spartan. Tapi kalau macam Amazing Race tu pernah lah. Amazing Race tu macam yang pair. Jadi dia kena pergi apa tu. Ni santai jugalah.
Saya.
Pergi ke tempat yang supposed to go and look for the clue. Then they have to do some exercise or some action or whatever. So itu pernah lah. Itu pun something to do with team building as well. So now saya tengah wanting to get this back, team building punya corporate punya ini events back lah.
Post COVID pre-COVID abang ada buat?
Ada buat. Tapi time during the COVID tu yalah faham je kan, tak buat apa-apa. Jadi all resort to digital, Zoom lah. Some courses abang buat lah for, I mean maksudnya some short courses macam apa-apa yang kita nak belajar lah digital. Itu je lah ada.
Usually all this corporate event will be local local lah. But I just want to show the viewers, kita ada picture number 1 where kita nak tunjuk pada viewers abang ni memang suka travel the world lah.
Okay.
Kan? Ni kat mana bang?
Ini nyari-nyari saya become itu Nepal punya orang kat sana. Ini cakap ini muka Nepal ni Nepal punya orang ni.
Ni kat Mandu ni.
Okay. Alright, ini masa summer dia tengok gunung tu tak ada air batu, tak ada ais. Jadi dia macam ini.
Panas bang.
Okay, dia kalau time bulan ni saya pergi bulan Jun. Jadi Jun tu memang dia punya time dia panas cuaca kan. So this. Right.
So memang sana abang buat apa sana?
Okay. Kita track you have to track for 6 hours. 6 hours Okay, dia bukan terus steep gitulah. Okay. Spiral dulu. Then kalau kita tak boleh terus pergi ke 4,000 meters ke apa meters, kita kena acclimatize saya cakap. Okay.
4,000 meters means the altitude
Altitude, yes.
Wow.
How high the altitude. So meaning kalau kita nak pergi ke 4,000, kita tak boleh straight pergi 4,000. Kita kena pergi 2,000 dulu. Habis turun ke 1,000. Ini anggaran je. Bukan exact. Ni kita punya training sebab kita punya lungs kita pun born in a level sea level. Okay. Or below sea level. Sana is above sea level. Kathmandu tu sendiri dah 1,000 meter. Jadi orang yang semula jadi lahir di tempat macam ini, dia punya lungs tu dah semula jadi memang fit for this type of
no wonder diorang lagi fitness and endurance lagi tahan rasak bang.
So kalau kita nak pergi overseas training macam ini, abang selalunya train diorang kat sini yang kat back jalan itu track je kat sini. Because paling tinggi pun kita pergi Bukit Timah je lah. Bukit Timah Hill itu je abang pun lengit juga nak naik tu. Betul. Kan kalau kita buat 10 kali pun dah cukup lah kira training tu. 10 kali je cukup. Turun naik. Kan kalau Indra pernah masuk kalau kita ini yang bukan yang Bukit Timah yang slope tu tau. Dia ada tangga dia lagi yang kaki kita kasih kuat lagi tu.
Can naik 4x4 kira.
4x4 gitu.
Betul.
Right. So that's about
how's your experience there bang? Kat sana. Best tak?
Best. Cuma ada kalanya masa time sejuk tu kita punya body cannot take it. Kita kadang-kadang makan pun dah lain. Kita pun boleh cerit-berit. Jadi kalau kita tak makan kasihan makan
Proper
untuk
food
energy
lah.
tu kita weak.
Betul.
Habis ada kadang-kadang berdarah lah, bleeding lah from the nose sebab dah sejuk sangat.
Kering is it?
Is cold, so your blood is not circulating, but it's going to out from your nose.
Very
Dia bukan bleeding
uncomfortable,
from body tak, dia just
dia macam very uncomfortable gitulah.
itu je sebenarnya.
But that doesn't stop you from pursuing your dream and your objective
Ni insyaAllah tahun ni insyaAllah saya nak pergi lagi, nak reki tempat. Jadi kalau saya ambil gambar ke, maybe saya ura-ura nak beli tu kamera yang dipanggil Insta360 tu. Yang tu bawa aja mana 360. Itu saya tengah tengok harga dia dekat ni. So kalau saya berekod, tunjukkan orang pun suka, how I want to follow you something to do with promotion or marketing as well.
The highest peak yang you pernah naik bang?
Okay, Everest tu 8848.
8848.
Everest tu 8848. Saya setengah Everest 4,000 itu je. Tu je setengah je.
Dahsyat. Okay. Pengalaman abang bila dah sampai puncak tu, apa dia punya perasaan bang?
Okay. Kita achieve something Then when we look back we have a lot of things, the obstacle that kita langkah macam-macam kan. Jadi dah sampai atas is an achievement lah.
Dahsyat.
Tapi memanglah tempat tinggi tu, gunung pun kita kalau boleh kita besar-besarkan Allah SWT lah.
Masya-Allah.
Minta kita ini subhanallah, apa-apa kita boleh sebutkan apa-apa yang ciptaan Allah. Memang
cantik
cantik. Lagi-lagi kalau nampak matahari ni.
Abang paling tinggi 4,000 meter. Saya paling tinggi saya rasa 400 meter je bang. Saya pernah pergi Mombiang tak saya 400 meter above sea level. Allah alam Mombiang kat Brunei. Dulu saya army infantry kan, kita kena pergi temburungnya kan. So kita kena naik Mombiang. So Mombiang ni naik pun dah setengah mampus bang. Saya tak boleh imagine dah 10 kali ganda macam apa. But the training must be start macam I think about 2-3 years before you want to hit there. So must be gradual also
Tapi age also play a part lah. Yes. But I try to test my body limit now lah, see how. But insyaAllah lah, sebab saya memang passion all this.
InsyaAllah.
Kalau kita tunjukkan yang kita boleh, orang pun rasa macam iri hati nak buat juga. Boleh, kita boleh bawa orang.
Boleh guide them along. But must be with proper training lah. Tak boleh terus terjun botol gitu. Habis.
Lagi satu, saya pun ada buat Brompton bicycle punya rental. Brompton tu harga pun bukan mahal. 5,000, 4,000, 5,000 harga. So saya ada contact buat to start off with your maybe your exercises. Bicycle pun is a way to start off lah. So, ni kalau saya just promo lah, Maxner pun buat ini. So we'll meet at Marine Cove dekat East Coast Park. Memang tempat permainan saya lah.
Every week ke every?
I choose Saturday or Sunday lah.
Every Saturday, Sunday.
Either Saturday or Sunday. Bespoke kan, we just tailored to the customer or the client lah. So meet at Coffee Bean Tea Leaf dekat East Coast Park tu, kalau belakang McDonald ya. Dia punya CBTL tu just facing the laut kan.
Okay.
So meet there, we have 5 bicycle. I have one also, so 6. So ini semua contact, my close contact, that how I do it is how I get the bicycle like that lah. So tunggu kat sana. I will show how to open the bicycle or this whatever. Then we start riding, right? So if 5 people, maybe 5 a family of 5. Okay, yang children tu cannot be less than 1.4 meter.
Height requirement
Brompton tu is for 1.4 and above.
Okay.
Kalau you like, I mean not tall enough, you cannot reach the pedal or the
I see.
So advisable, kalau yang family jangan advise bring sebelum nak datang check dulu lah anaknya berapa ketinggian ni semua lah. 1.5.
Interesting so it can be a family day, tapi at the same time so kita semua can keep ourselves fit
So Maxner ada package lah for charges lah, bukan free So that means kalau 3 hours we charge for 5 families. The 5 family tu you just pay Maxner $50 je. Okay kan, berbaloi kan.
Betul. Lagi ada something
3
nak
hours.
buat kan,
Jadi
as a
kita dari
family,
situ kita pergi ke Marina Barrage. Then
how
patah
far
balik.
is that? Usually
12.
12 klik.
Ah.
Oh, interesting Oh.
Dari CBTL tu, ni semua saya dah eksperimen, saya dah try, jadi saya panggil.
Sightseeing a lot lah. Dia punya view cantik lah sana. Tepi coastal
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Baik.
Nampak pun pemandangan pun dengan ombak, tepi show tak
So
pernah.
kalau let's say your customer nak macam stop, kalau nak ambil gambar ke apa, boleh. No problem
Tapi must be within 3 hours.
Within 3 hours.
Ini saya just promo.
Yeah.
Kalau let's say above 3 hours, that means 4 hours, we will charge $5 for the additional subsequent hour lah.
Okay lah.
Tapi per person lah. Itu je dia punya kelebihan. Tapi okay lah.
Betul. Masya Allah.
Something like that lah. So
kita ada gambar gambar yang nombor 3 tak salah. Nombor 3 yang tadi abang cakap abang the highest peak you pernah naik. Kan? Is this one of your expedition bang?
Okay, this one is actually part of it, but I'm not inside there. This is another group. So saya ada operator kat sana.
Oh, so your company organize this expedition
then
also?
I have a contact with the local company there. So let's say I say nama dia Madaf, he's a Nepali. Saya dah bilang dia, if let's say I have Singaporean or any part of the world coming, can you assist to lead them or this? Boleh, no problem. Sebab saya busy masa tu lah.
I see.
So this part of it.
So your company do provide macam yearly trips ataupun macam gini
Yes, correct.
For groups. Usually kalau group macam gini berapa besar bang?
Ini
Orang kalau
dalam,
participate.
okay, kalau boleh jangan besar sangat lah. Almost like, okay, max is maybe about 15-20.
Oh. Lodging semua will be part of the punya package lah.
Tapi yang charges for lodging and food is actually all by the local punya operator there lah. The only thing they pay for the two-way flight to back Singapore. This.
Abang ada mention that you also provide climbing cert
Yes.
And maybe you want to enlighten us about that.
Okay. This is from Singapore Sports Climbing and Mountaineering Federation. And abang pun dah qualify for until level 3 already dah, 1 to 3. So and I'm going for another level that actually can also certify world lah.
Oh.
Siapa-siapa yang involved in climbing, they also can be certified by us or our branding or our company, so that they have to have a standard punya, kira tak macam kata orang tu substandard lah. Kalau dia pergi luar negeri, this is a standard. Kalau Singapore ni semua nak kena sama.
Same international
Tak
standard.
boleh macam suka-suka lah buat. Nanti kalau apa-apa terjadi, siapa nak pergi jawab?
Betul.
Itu. So kat Singapore ni local is actually Singapore Sports Climbing and Mountaineering Federation is sports hub lah.
Okay.
Tapi itu bukan saya punya company. There's a body in Singapore that look into the climbing activity and abseiling lah.
Community lah.
So dia ada dua. Satu climbing, sport climbing, satu abseiling. Kalau Indra, maybe you can recall abseiling, climbing is from ground to top.
Okay.
Abseiling is from top to ground. Itu je.
Oh.
Tapi tali juga involved and some devices lah.
Okay,
Or ascender or whatever. Itu. So we will certify and not me but the SSCMF lah, for short lah, Singapore Sport Climbing and Mountaineering Federation. So you have the cert. Okay, so that we know. But you have the cert, but you have to clock lah or conduct courses also.
So with all this cert, baru orang tu certified nak pergi Mount Everest lah bang Dia tak boleh sembarang-sembarang any Tom, Dick and Harry nak pergi Mount Everest
Yes.
Betul
sebab itu pun tempat sana pun dia ada training juga. Sebab tempat air batu dengan tak air batu dia punya training lain. Itu je. Sana dia panggil ice climbing.
Different climate lah. Yeah, correct.
Jadi kalau normal kita tak ada musim sejuk kan. Lain. Tapi tali pun main peranan. Kalau tempat sejuk dia lain tau. Dia punya tali tu macam kita manusia ada karakteristik dia. Dia kalau kat sejuk dia lain, dia punya kata orang tu absorb dia punya sejuk.
So knowledge on ikat tali tu paling penting.
Yalah, itu semua nak
Tapi the one as a climber you have to be well versed with that lah.
Sebab saya ingat dulu time in the army, you strip rifle, you shut your eyes. Dia blindfold tengok. Ni tali pun boleh juga. Kita shut try je. Boleh juga. Saya tak tunjuk kat sini lah nanti. Boleh juga gitu.
Okay, dan kita ada gambar nombor 4 kan. Ni gambar abang ambil dengan your group kat mana ni bang?
Ini kalau nak dikatakan this dekat Pun Hill.
Pun Hill,
Betul
okay.
apa? Pun Hill. Hill tau. Dia bukan Bukit Timah Hill.
Okay.
Ni macam hill dah tinggi 3,000 lebih dah.
3,000?
Hill dia panggil Pun Hill.
Dekat, okay, which country bang?
This is Pokhara lah. In the another town in far away from Kathmandu lah. Kathmandu tu bukan maksudnya tempat tu memang besar lah. Temple ni memang. Kalau masukkan tak jatuhkan Singapura pun dah hilang.
Kalau Everest is at Himalaya.
Dia in Nepal juga.
In Nepal juga.
Tapi dia punya border tu sepadan tu China, Pakistan.
Dah dekat-dekat lah.
Tu dia punya border.
Wow.
Jadi orang cakap okay, ni saya yang dulu experience climbing dari China, dia orang cakap senang climbing daripada certain part of Nepal ke India. So dia
dulu saya pernah tengok cerita Hollywood about climbing Everest tau. Abang ingat cerita K2 tak?
K2.
Itu cerita sedih lah, cerita sedih lah.
Itu kat Pakistan dia.
So memang very nice lah the way they visualize climbing into Hollywood. Tapi tadi saya tengok gambar, ramai abang punya group ni yang ikut. Dia semua Singaporean.
Singaporean.
Happening 3,000 meter. Wow. How long? Okay, just want to ask bang, how many days do you take to go up?
This one kalau almost macam kita kena kasih buffer. Kita tak boleh kasih macam kata orang tak ada time untuk diorang recover ni semua kan. Kita mesti add in the emergency punya emergency situation. Ada yang sakit, yang kena diarrhea, yang kena ini, ada injured tak berapa teruk sangat. Cuma maybe AMS dia panggil. Acute Mountain Sickness.
Okay.
Macam tak semana-mana dia macam
lemah.
Tak lemah, macam orang high lah, drug gitu lah.
Oh really?
Yes.
Something like that. There is such thing. Saya first time dengar ni.
Acute mountain sickness.
Okay.
Too high altitude, you can't take it. You force yourself, so that's it. That's your limit. Itu pun danger juga. Seram juga tu.
Kesian. So macam that kind of trip, usually you will give about how many weeks?
Actually, yang saya cakap tadi kena acclimatize. Pergi kasih 14 days.
14 days lah.
2 weeks.
But usually those yang dah season climbers lah yang akan ikut for this kind of trip lah. Kalau orang yang baru-baru memang cannot lah.
Boleh, kita nak pergi dia punya city je, Kathmandu je. Kasih dia
climatize
dia 1000 meter je situ. Situ je main-main kat situ. Tapi kita nak kena tahu berapa lama kita nak kat sana. Nanti pun spend pun mahal juga kan nanti.
Betul.
Kita kena. Kalau orang just starting I can give 5 days. We try 5 days punya or 7 days dulu tengok macam mana. Sebab dia ada choice. You go by land from Kathmandu, you have to go over to another place so that you can climb easy. Not easy tapi dekat lah. Kita tekan macam time spend tak panjang lah. We can. So by land 6 hours.
By land 6 hours
nak pergi tempat Pokhara ni. By air about 30 minutes. Dia ada domestic flight dia.
Wow.
Dia pakai Fokker punya air kipas gitu. Tapi sekarang semua kabel bang dia dah tukar lah. Yang lama-lamanya tak ada, dah condemn lah. Itu je.
Amazing Saya tengok abang punya live ni, dahsyat lah kan. A reflection of what people should aspire to be lah kan.
Boleh tulis buku kan?
Saya rasa abang jangan cakap tulis buku. Hollywood boleh buat cerita pasal abang.
Agak boleh jadi billionaire.
Boleh. InsyaAllah. Amin je bang. Amin. Jadi saya nak mengucap terima kasih abang untuk masuk studio berkongsi cerita tentang Max Nerve Track dan abang punya pengalaman yang luar biasa dalam outdoor sports dan juga extreme climbing ni semua. Dan kita mohon dan kita doa mudah-mudahan abang dikurniakan kesihatan insya-Allah kan.
Sama-sama.
Dan terus sukses dalam bidang ni insya-Allah.
Amin.
Jadi gitu kita signing off from Product Talk, and saya Indra Sahib. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.